a while. How have you guys been doing? Hopefully good. Uh, I've had a crazy week. There's a lot to catch everybody up on. Obviously, I haven't been posting regularly like I should be, and there's a good excuse for this. Life has been kind of out of control, and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and one, edit, two, even make dinner. I've been having a lot of like, let's grab a Costco hot dog and call it good kind of nights. So that, and then also for my birthday weekend, we ate out. I didn't get to make food. I was just at the mercy of the restaurants around us. So yeah. Anyways, putting up this brand new little curtain that I have. I think I need to trim it or to tack it or to adjust it, but for now, just because I wanted to put it up and see what it looks like, we have this cute little curtain here. Tell me what you guys think. Is the curtain working for you? Is it not? The idea is that we wanted to kind of cover up the dish rack, so let me know. I think it's all right, considering that it's a tan, ugly looking painted apartment. But we have some bacon here. It's just under 2 pounds of what they call economy bacon, and it's a lot cheaper than the bacon that you would get in those like packaged pre-packaged ones that you get that are vacuum sealed. And I'm not sure why it's called economy bacon. Maybe it's because it's like the bits and the ends and the odd pieces that aren't like, for instance, this piece is 80% fat and just a little bit of actual meat on it, so that's gonna need to render out quite a bit of bacon fat. But just using my tongs here to pull it out. But that's not all the pieces. Some of the pieces are like this. Like, this looks like a very normal bacon slice that you would get in any other type of package. I did see a video where some people, when they're frying up bacon, they just toss the entire chunk of it into the pan. I can't do that. That's not me. I'm one of those. I lay it all flat, and each one gets its love. And then yeah, are you a dump and fry, or are you a lay out and put orderly? I feel like this is like Korean barbecue too. This is the same way I cook my meat. I lay it out flat. I don't just dump it all in the pan. I know that a lot of people do dump it, and I'm okay with that, but it does kind of bug me because I'm like, dang it, it doesn't look pretty anymore. Oh my gosh. So, where to start? Oh my goodness, guys, this weekend I have so many things. So, contrary to my previous videos, I actually have some photos from this weekend, and I'll be sharing those along the way so you guys get a little glimpse into what's been going on. I don't know, maybe I carry the camera with me and I can share little videos of other stuff. I don't know, restaurants. Is that something people like? I'm more of a, this is what we're doing at home, because if I'm being honest, I can't really afford to go to all the restaurants out here because they're way too overpriced. And it's a tourist area, so yeah. You guys can enjoy photos. But anyways, my poor little nonstick pan. So, to start it off, we went to a we went to a place that does computer repairs, and I ended up talking to the guy about replacing my hard drive, because I have in my PC, I have one of those hard drives that's the disc and it spins. So when it comes to gaming, those of you who know me for gaming or for that content on Twitch, Yeah, I'm using one of those hard drives, and a lot of the PC games these days just do not like that, and the speed, you are severely at a disadvantage. So, so yeah, maybe saving up money to get that replaced. It's gonna cost a bit. I do have an M2, I think it's called, that it's already sitting here and it's been waiting. Just haven't got it installed. So talked to the guy at the computer store, and he said that they can do that. They'll do a fresh wipe and everything, and a reinstall and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. Sure, let's do that. So maybe, maybe we'll do some gaming on Twitch again. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some cooking on Twitch again. We're just trying to get back into the swing of things. This last month has been so, gosh, I don't want to say it's been horrible, because it hasn't all been bad, but it has been a lot. It's been a lot to manage. It's been a lot to try to juggle and not stress completely out. So yeah. But anyways, we saw this little shop, and then next door to the computer shop they had a comic book store. I've never been into comics. I think the most I did was like reading manga at a Barnes and Nobles or a Borders, and that was about the extent of comics for me, but I feel like that's a completely different genre than a comic book shop. And we went into this super cute shop. They had so many different comics, and I know that Mix really enjoyed looking at all the stuff that they had, and I guess, for every want and flavor, there's a comic for that, and that's kind of cool. But the guy in the shop was so nice. He said that the guy who owns the computer store where I'm going to get my PC M2 installed is actually the owner, and he was telling us the story of how the computer guy was like, he used to just get the comics for himself, and then his friends kept wanting it, and then lo and behold, they have boxes of comics, and so they ended up branching out and spreading out across like the two units next to him, just because it's expanded that much. And it's super cool story about how it all came to be, and like looking at all the product and seeing how passionate this guy was. I was like, this guy, he's living his passion right now. He's totally in it. But it was totally, I don't want to say a culture shock, but it was definitely mind boggling, because I've never seen that type of thing. And my pan is running away, of course. I also went walking around downtown. I was looking for some stuff for my friend's wedding. Ended up finding some like discount earrings, and yeah, it's pre birthday kind of fun going on. All good. Then the day before my birthday, I got to go to an event for Yelp Elite. I don't know if I mentioned this, but recently I got accepted into the Yelp Elite. So if you've ever used Yelp, you know how like you look up a place, you're like, I'm looking for breakfast, or I'm looking for a lunch or a dinner, or I'm looking for a this or that. Like I applied and I got accepted to Yelp Elite, and so one of those perks that you get with Yelp Elite is you get to RSVP for these events, and this one was a event at a swim club, which is like a pool that's open to the public that is at a local resort, and they have a restaurant attached. So we went to the restaurant, and they let us have bottomless mimosas, which is crazy because holy smokes, bottomless mimosas. And then they also we got to get brunch, which was actually really good. I ended up getting these fish tacos. Not too bad. I will say, I don't know if they're the best fish tacos, but they were really good. And I mean, the experience was a lot of fun, and we're supposed to be able to come back to it another time. And for it being my first Yelp Elite event, I had a blast. When I came home, I was telling Mix about it. I was like, this was so much fun, and the people that I sat next to were so nice, and they were just like me. They liked food, and they were excited about food, and they enjoyed good food, and it was one of those moments where I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. Yes, I absolutely do like this. I do want to come back to this and do these again. So it was a ton of fun. I had a blast. I don't know about you guys, but it made me happy. Anyways, got to go and visit one of my friend's shops, and she did my nails for me too for my birthday / the wedding, which was super cute. And she has these little dolls behind her called Labubu. I was looking at them. They look scary to me, but apparently they're all the rage. So, yeah. Yeah. So that was the day before my birthday, and I feel like at that point everything was starting to kind of swing up, like the momentum was going forward again, and we weren't getting stuck behind. Quick speed up to the next day, my actual birthday. I got a call from the mechanic, and guess what, guys? My car's fixed. Oh my gosh. So they think that they know what it is, and it's, for those of you who understand cars, I was told it's an expansion valve. I don't know what an expansion valve is or what it does, but apparently it's very important, and that's where my leak was coming from. So they replaced that, and almost $2,000 later, I'm like hyperventilating thinking about it. My car is fixed, so it's been a year. To put this into perspective, it started breaking down, or started having problems, like almost a year ago, and I've been trying to get it fixed from, the mechanic, not the official, like, Toyota mechanic, but, like, my main mechanic was trying to fix it for the past year, in and out, thousands of dollars spent to them to fix it, which still wasn't fixed, to months later, still having problems, to now where there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and yeah, so my car's fixed. So that was like a good birthday unexpected unexpected message, and super appreciative too to Mix's community for helping out with the rental in the meantime, so that we can actually get groceries, and I can go to appointments for work, and we can do normal human being things instead of being stuck in the apartment 24/7 all the time. But that's how the day started out. We took my dog to my sister's to spend the weekend with her and the kids. He was absolutely not having it, but yeah. And then by the time that we got out of there, it was like afternoon already, so we stopped and got lunch at the place out kind of like Coachella area called TKB, or the Kids Bakery, and got this amazing freaking sandwich. So good. It's called the Trump. It was on this like cheddar jalapeno bread. Super good. If I had to complain about anything, it's like, oh, it took a while and all the tables were dirty, but food, so good. If you had a picnic, I would say get a sandwich from there and just go, because it's a massive freaking sandwich. And the place itself was super cute. Hopped on the road. It was so windy driving, but hopped on the road. 2 hours later, got to our hotel room and got checked in. It was actually pretty nice. I'm so glad that we were able to get a hotel room for the night before the wedding so we could be out there already, just because of how much of stress it was just to drive out. And then checking in, the lady at the front was so sweet. I had called earlier about my reservation and spoke to the manager, and I just was just like, oh, you know, it's gonna be my birthday and then my best friend's wedding, so I'm just like double checking a few things so that like the weekend goes off without a hitch. And he's like, okay, and they gave me this cute little cup of candy, and it was totally unexpected and totally not necessary, but absolutely appreciated. I don't know. I'm enjoying the little things right now because everything has been so falling apart and stressful, and that's why we are frying bacon today. Went to Daiso and kind of shopped there for what little bits that I wanted to get, including the curtain that you guys saw earlier. Thought that was super cute. And then finally trying to figure out dinner because it was getting kind of late, and the next day was the wedding. And normally I like to go to a Korean barbecue, but because the wedding was the next day and I wanted to fit into the dress that I had, I was like, you know, I don't want to eat all you can eat meat. I still want to have something special. I just don't want to have something that's been super heavy. I say this as I'm frying bacon, but I ended up going to this place in this shopping center next to these lakes, these man-made, the bacon biting me, next to these man-made ginormous lakes called Wood Ranch, and it has like a fireplace outside. It was so cool. But ordered these potato skins. The potato skins were like barbecue chicken potato skins, and like their barbecue sauce was so freaking good. It was like sweet but tangy but not too like seasoned. It was just so good, super crispy. And then Mick's got this Carolina pulled pork barbecue sandwich with this mac and cheese. I tried his mac and cheese. It was so creamy and it was so tasty. And then I got this tri-tip. Oh my gosh, it was so tender. And I got like a side of baked beans and their slaw, which was, when I think of a coleslaw, I think of kind of more a lot of mayonnaise and a little bit vinegary, and just I wanted the veggie crunch and the fiber, and like the everything else was just like, okay, whatever, fine. But it came out and it was so good. It was more like, I guess our server described it. He's like, people kind of call it like a peanut salad because it had peanuts in it. And I was like, okay. It was so good too, and it came in this, like, they serve it in a red cabbage leaf cup. And I don't know, presentation 10 out of 10, food taste 10 out of 10. Everything was incredible, amazing. Like, the most boring part of the meal was probably my baked beans, and that's only because baked beans are only ever going to be baked beans, you know? But they weren't bad. It's just that everything was just so freaking good. And for us just coming in off the street and picking something out and like, hey, can we get a table? It was the perfect little birthday dinner. And then the server was so sweet. He even brought out this little ice cream birthday thing with a bunch of sprinkles on it and a candle, and I was so stuffed, but it was so sweet. And I did appreciate that there wasn't no stupid like clapping at your table. It's like, oh my god, like not into that right now, but just the little gestures and little bits, it made the night. And the price was actually pretty reasonable from what Mick said, so enjoyed my dinner. And then we went walking around this lake. Like, here, I'll show you guys a picture, but like the lake was all like, it's lit up around and had this super cool little walkway structure around the corner, and it was a beautiful evening. It was kind of chilly, but perfect for an after dinner walk. I was so happy, for sure. Then we went to bed because I was exhausted, passed out. And the next morning, guess what? Free breakfast in the lobby. So here's my breakfast. They had eggs and sausage and bagels. They had a waffles thingy, but I didn't do it this day. But free breakfast is free breakfast. I'm, hey, more food for free. Why not? And then we spent the day kind of taking it easy, getting ready for the wedding, walked around a little bit to fast forward to my best friend's wedding. Oh my gosh. And there goes my pan flying away. So this wedding was so cute, and the venue was so beautiful. Oh my goodness, the venue was so beautiful. But here's her little cake. Cinderella blue with a little glass slipper, perfect for the Disney girl. Oh my gosh. And super beautiful wedding. I totally cried multiple times, and I am so thankful for waterproof mascara because I was all blubbery, and I was trying not to be blubbery, but I just couldn't help it because I love her. And anyway, so got to hang out with a table of basically people who've been her friend, not her family, but her friends throughout the past few years. Our table, I want to say our table was having a blast. For everybody not knowing each other really, I think we had the most fun. We were cracking up laughing and cracking jokes, and it was such a good time. I was having so much fun. And then we got to, oh, there goes my pan. See what I mean? I have to get a new pan. This thing is gonna run away on me. Oh my gosh. We got to the part of the evening where they do the toast. So, like the brother and the sister of the bride and groom, and then the parents, and oh my goodness, the groom's dad's toast. I think at the end of it, we're like, we think we understand what he was meaning to say, but we went on a journey through the jungle. We went, into like a genealogy explanation, and we want to say that it was more of a like, he is the product of many years of struggle and kind of thing. Like, he is truly, the best to come out of all of these situations and stuff. But it wasn't said that way. It was said in we went on a quest through the jungle and to find somebody, and then they got kidnapped. And as we're listening to this, the groom's father, his first language isn't English, so he's struggling even more to express and explain. And I'm sure between emotions and having everybody looking at you for public speaking, added on to the whole like situation of, and probably a little bit of alcohol mixed in. We were just like, oh man, like, where is this going? Oh no. Oh, maybe he's got it. Nope. We got lost in the jungle again. It was just, oh my goodness. We were such a bad table, but we were having a great time, and he made it through at the end, and the rest of the speeches were absolutely beautiful, and couldn't have asked for more. If that was the most crazy part of the night, that was, yeah, not at all horrible. And it'll be, for at least for those of us who attend, it'll be a memory. But I am so happy for her. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm just, I'm so happy. I'm gonna get emotional. I'm gonna move on. Ugh. So, moving on, the rest of the weekend, the day after was checkout day, so got our free breakfast downstairs and then checked out and headed out to some of my favorite places, which is I love to hit up H Mart when I go out of town. Usually an H Mart, Marukai, 99 Ranch Market, something like that, or Zion Mart even, if possible. But stopped at our H Mart, got a re-up on, kimchi and some veggies and some seasoning and whatever else. You guys are going to see a ton of this kind of throughout the next few videos that I will be incorporating with that we're eating. But got all of those, and then also stopped at a bakery. It's a Taiwanese bakery called 85 degrees Celsius, and got myself my birthday cake because I've always wanted to get a cake when I'm here, but it's hard to justify getting a cake because all the times that I'm out there, I'm just out there like casually, just for a day trip or a weekend. It's like, how do you get a cake just because it's a Saturday, right? So finally got to pick out a cake. They didn't have a ton of options on the whole cakes, but got this one called a strawberry tiramisu, and the cashier was super sweet and even asked me, he's like, do you need a happy birthday sign? I was like, it's my birthday, of course, yes I do. And so he put a little chocolate thingy of a happy birthday. He's like, you can put it on when you get to your place and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, but super sweet. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely delicious. Totally came home and ate that sucker. I'm sure it's like a four servings or something like that, or what. We totally like destroyed that cake. It was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And it's like the perfect little ending to my birthday weekend. Following up to like this week where I went to a photo shoot, and then I don't remember if you guys can recall me talking about we went to this estate out nearby and had some drinks and whatnot, but it was like a $16 million sale, and I was like, holy crap, there goes my pan. That's a lot of money though, but they sold it, and so I got to taste, I've never had these, Veuve Clicquot. It's a champagne. It's the one with the orange bottle, and then Dom Perignon, which is another super expensive bottle, but got to taste both of those. They're pretty good. I'm not really much of a expensive champagne drinker. I'm more of a here's a sparkling wine, okay. But getting to try those, super tasty. A little bit on the sweeter side, and I can totally not afford to drink these, but got to go and celebrate there, followed by some photo shoot stuff. And then oh, look at my bacon. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this fry. Followed by also this week getting to pick up my car, and where else did I go? My goodness. Oh, and just kind of recovering. Let's just put it that way. Kind of been trying to recover from the whole weekend. Once we got the puppy dog home from spending his week with my sister, poor thing, he's been having so many sneezes, and you probably heard him earlier since I'm doing a little bit of a bacon ASMR sizzle in the background, but ended up getting him to the vet, and they said, yeah, he's got allergies, and it's like, great, so now he has to have allergy pills, which one more thing with this dog, I swear. One more thing, as if there wasn't enough, but now he has allergy pills that he has to take. Oh, my little old man. And gosh, now my goal is to get him used to riding in the car, so I'm trying to take him out in the car with me as often as possible, but he's been kind of a little bit of a difficult one, so he stresses out way too much. And it's starting to get warm again. It was so cool, but now it's going to get warm. Guys, I feel like I've covered just about everything from this weekend, from the Yelp Elite event to the, what do we call it? To the sandwich shop at the kids' bakery, to checking in at our hotel, and the amazing barbecue. Oh my gosh. And like a super pretty lake that was around there, and my best friend's wedding. I'm yeah, you know, just we're gonna we're gonna cut this forward and just say thank you guys so much for your patience with me in getting these videos out to you. I promise that the next one will have a little bit more to do with cooking and a little less to do with me just gabbing about everything and anything under the sun in the last week or so. But appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy these last little bits of fried bacon, and that's it, guys. We're out. Have a good rest of your day. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.